In this video, we're going to continue with the series of the 7 laws of the mind so you can access the Aladdin's lamp that's already between your ears. Aloha, I'm Mark J., world's laziest networker, coming in from our backyard here in beautiful Kauai, Hawaii. By the way, we usually do a lot of short series, so hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you can get the videos as soon as they come out and not miss anything in the sequence. So I've made the claim that you know more about your cell phone than you do about your mind, and the great Charles Hannell wrote that the mechanism is perfect, and let's face it, Emerson was right, Jesus was right, they all said the same thing, according to your faith be it unto you. Emerson said the ancestor of everything is thought. What you think about grows. James Allen. Hear it over and over from all the illuminated ones. What does that really mean? Well, we went over it in the Law of Subconscious Activity, which was last week's video, but that as soon as the subconscious mind has an idea and it's charged with a feeling, it's going to hold that and work 24/7. It becomes a belief system. That triggers our actions, and that's what leads to our results. So the Aladdin's lamp idea is simply this. You've got to find the lamp which is within you, which is why some outside speaker or trainer or magic system or whatever won't make it 10 cents. It's the Tower of Babel baloney all over again. It's looking for the right things but looking in the wrong place. The lamp is in you, and you've got to learn how to control your thoughts. So the first law we went over was the law of forgiveness. That opens up the channel to the realm of divine ideas and the infinite field of pure potentiality. And once you step into that field, even though there's infinite possibilities, the right one picks you when it's coming from your heart and it's driven by service. And you're grateful for where you are, not holding back your joy and excitement. And only a person that's in total forgiveness can experience that. And that lets our imagination work on the creative rather than negative projection and regret. All regret is imagination. All negative projection is imagination. The second law we talked about was subconscious activity. Once a mind gets an idea and buys into it, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, listen to this, 40 billion synaptic connections are looking for the resource to create that manifestation, okay? Now, that leads to these 2 laws, which is a very easy way to start making change so that the subconscious will buy in. Let me say that again. These 2 laws help you create a new blueprint, because remember, it is thought charged with feeling. Okay, this is what makes all the difference in the world. Thought charged with feeling, that becomes a belief, and this is the blueprint that dictates our actions. And we've talked already about how absurd and obscene anybody suggesting to you, you got to take massive action. If you take massive action as the same person, you'll do what most people do. Goes down, what do they call it now? The toilet. We used to call it the can. They get on the can, and then you get disappointed and discouraged, and you feel worse and worse and worse and worse each time you fail. And the reason is it's not your fault, because they're telling you to take massive action and read their book and all that's all baloney. Anyway, how do you make changes in the subconscious mind? Well, the first law I want to talk about is the law of substitution. 1. That's the only number you need to know to understand the law of substitution. 1. Your mind can only hold one thought at a time. 1. Even the great carpenter from Galilee said, resist not evil. So you don't want to try to get away from what you don't like, because that'll just draw it to you, but instead substitute something else for it. Simple example, Statue of Liberty. Don't think about the Statue of Liberty. Don't think about the Statue of Liberty. And of course it's in your mind, so try not to think about the Statue of Liberty. And while you're trying not to think about it, you're thinking about the Statue of Liberty. What's the point? The point is the great laws of the mind work. You can only hold one thought at a time. So what you want to do is create a vision for yourself that's very simple. And we're actually going to bring about 400 people through the Master Key experience so you get a vision, master these laws, and become a manifesto machine, okay? So make sure you hit the link down below. It's not a pitch. It's going to cost you all of $1 because of the success of so many people. They've already paid the scholarships for the 400 plus people that will be coming into the course this year. That starts probably, I don't know when you're seeing this, but it starts once a year at the end of September. So the law of substitution, very, very important. You can only hold one thought in a mind. Do you want to obsess about the guy that cut you off in traffic? Or do you want to be grateful that he caught himself at the last second and you saw him, and you're going to see your kids in a little while and it feels wonderful, okay? Do you ever notice, like, sometimes you have to go like this with your steering wheel, and all of a sudden you want to kill that guy, okay? That no good, blah, 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 I hope his kids rot in hell and all that stuff. For what? He went like this? You had to go like this? What an inconvenience, okay? So this is the law of substitution, one thought, so you want to hold only your vision and positive thoughts. Now, when you go to masterkeyexperience.com, you can get the mental diet, hardest thing you'll ever do. That leads us to the law of dual thought, and this is a monster. What is the law of dual thought? Well, any thought that you have, good or bad, true or not, it doesn't matter, okay? Any thought that you have that's charged with feeling, okay, becomes part of your blueprint. So no matter how false something can be, if you believe it and you have a feeling about it, something is going to happen. And no matter how wonderful and magnificent a thought is, like the one I just gave you, if you don't charge it with feeling, nothing will happen. So you have to think about, what would it feel like to have Aladdin's lamp? What would it feel like to have access to Aladdin's lamp, that you could rub that lamp and manifest a different reality for yourself and do it virtually effortlessly, because this will do it. The ancestor of everything is thought. So it's thought, right? We can only hold one thought at a time. Now, the law of dual thought is you have a choice as to feeling. What does that mean? When you have a feeling linked to a thought, that's the law of dual thought. You're charging that thought with a feeling. Now, here's what happens. You find drugs in your son's drawer, okay? And you can say, thank God I found these. I'm going to sit down, we're going to have a talk, and it's going to go really well. Or you can say, oh my God, what am I going to do? In other words, anything that happens in life, just like my wife was just saying, the roller coaster, you can be excited or you can be scared. The same chemical is actually released in your body, okay, when you're scared or you're excited. It is a mental choice of the feeling that you want to attach. You can love something, you can dislike something, you can feel great about pecan pie, or you can feel great about not eating pecan pie. I'm delaying gratification so I can get in a thong later this summer. It really, no? There's an image that, you know, they'll have a hard time getting out of your head. But anyway, yeah, so substitute a different thought. So the law of substitution is you can only hold one thought at a time. So you want to learn how to paint a vision for yourself, the reality that you want to create, okay, and then charge it with feeling. Charge it with feeling. That feeling may be self-doubt. This will never happen to me. I always try these things and they don't work, whether it's network marketing or sales or a career, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Or, you know, this time it's going to be different, but you've always said that and you fail. Or, you know what, this time I'm going to throw myself 100% in. I'm going to get myself educated. I'm going to learn how to become a manifesting machine by understanding the 7 laws of the mind. So the law of forgiveness, forgive everyone and everything. Subconscious activity, once it becomes a belief, the subby works 24/7, 40 billion synaptic connections looking for the resources to manifest. Law of Substitution, when doubt or fear or anger or self-pity come in, you need to not try, you don't even try to not think about those. Statue of Liberty. Think about how it's going to feel drinking coffee under the Eiffel Tower in Paris, or watching your son take batting practice at Fenway Park. Whatever it happens to be, feel good about those things. And so you're attaching a feeling to the thought you substituted. What these two will do is create a different blueprint because you've charged it with feeling. My name is Mark J. I'm a manifester. I want to invite you to our Master Key experience. It's going to be the hardest thing you ever did. Shh, I'm not supposed to say that, okay? That's what marketers tell you. Don't tell them it's hard, and don't tell them it's going to take time.
Lie to them.
Lie to them, okay? We don't do that here. But when you really think about it, what would it feel like to put in 6 months because somebody else paid your tuition so that you actually knew, you know what, maybe that guy's right. Why have those stories survived for over 4,000 years? There's a lamp in you. Let's go get it. Leave me a comment down below. Peace be the journey.